Every dictatorship has one obsession, and that's it. So in ancient Rome, they gave the people bread and services, and they kept the populace busy with entertainment. Other dictatorships used other strategies to control ideas and knowledge. How did they do that? Did they do that with lower education? They would limit culture, censor information. They would censor any means of individual expression. And this is important to remember. This is a pattern, and it repeats itself throughout history. Jimmy Corsetti and Bright Ideas put out a video the other day, and it was talking about erasing the internet. And is the internet being erased? Like when you're doing a search for something, are you finding that it's not there anymore? And about halfway through his own video, he busted himself. So he was doing a search for climate change. And you can do this with any internet service. So whether it's Bing or Google, and whenever you type in something, he was saying that you would see so many results. And then when you go to the bottom of the page, and you know, at the bottom it says like 1 to 5 pages, right? And so you would hit 5. And then from 5, you know, you'd have 9 through 10. So you'd hit 10. And you keep doing this process until you get up to like 45. And then a page shows up which shows no more information. And the search result at the top goes from like 5 billion down to like 0 of 0. Now, at the very bottom of the page, he does show you that there is a button that you can push that says, we've eliminated certain information to narrow your search, to make it more efficient, to optimize the search for you. And you can hit that button, and then it will show you everything on the internet with climate change, right? So at 45 pages, and however many lists come up on that page, how many is that? How much information do you need? Like if you're doing a book report on climate change and you're a kid and you go on the internet and you type in climate change because you're just trying to do a book report, right? Or maybe you're even a reporter and you're trying to find other stories on climate change, you know, to fact check your information. How many results do you need? Right? So what he does then is he pulls up something less, you know, of a hot button topic. So he types in pancake, and wow, to everybody's amazement, the same thing occurred. You know, you go down to the bottom of the page, it says 1 of 5 pages, like, you know, 5 billion results at the top, and you hit 5, you know, page 5. And then now a new, you know, group of pages populates. So 5 through 10, hit 10, repeat that process. You can do this at home. You can do it on your phone, your computer, your tablet, whatever. Go to any search engine and try this. And yes, you will get to like around 45. It depends on what the topic is. You get to a certain, you know, amount of pages, and then it'll say end of search. The next page will say like 45, page 45 will say nothing else to see here, right? You've come to the end of the search. You've come to the end of the internet. But if you go to the very bottom again, it says, we have optimized the search for you, trying to make it, you know, more simplified for you. So we just put down the most prevalent things, you know, whatever this discussion is, whatever you're typing in, you know, what is the topic that has been discussed the most and has the most information and factual information. And that's what we're going to show you. We're trying to simplify this for you. So you can hit that button at the bottom that says, or show all searches. And then you'll find the hundreds of thousands of pages on whatever that thing is. So conspiracy theorists like Jimmy, he seems to be a conspiracy theorist to me, in my opinion. At least all of his videos have something to do with some kind of conspiracy about Atlantis or whatever. It's kind of where he got his claim to fame, being on Joe Rogan's show, talking about, you know, where he thinks Atlantis really is. As if we don't have better things to worry about right now in the world, right? So he's focused on where Atlantis is and if the internet's being deleted and hidden from you for control, that they're trying to control your minds. In America, we don't live in a dictatorship. We live in a democracy. I've never had an issue looking for anything and been like perplexed of, well, why can't I find this very specific article? So you have to start thinking, why are people making these videos? Why is Jimmy making this video? Is it for clicks? That's obvious, right? We're all making videos for clicks, or are we trying to inform, warn people? If this were something serious, you'd want to know, right? So is it informative, or is it just, like I said, clicks and hyperbole? And listen, I love a conspiracy theory just as much as the next person, but for entertainment. Because to me, in my opinion, these people cry wolf so many times. You've got the Russell Brands and everybody else out there screaming into their camera every day, telling you it's the end of the world, and they have all the information, and you won't know it until you hear it from them. They've become the new televangelists. Please tune in and only listen to what I have to say. Only I have the facts. And this is so disingenuous, because even if you just use a little bit of detective knowledge, right? If you understand Occam's razor, right? Two things being equal, the one that needs the least explanation is usually the right answer, right? Because if you're using Jimmy's method, you have to explain why what he's saying is true with many different explanations. Or with using Occam's razor, the most simplified answer is that, oh, they're just trying to optimize the internet. They're trying to simplify it. Because guess who else is using the internet? Nana, grandma, And so if she's typing in pancakes, she doesn't need 80 billion, results. She's just trying to make pancakes. She didn't type in blueberry pancakes, banana pancakes, chocolate pancakes. She just typed in pancakes. So it should show just the most relevant responses to that query. Nana doesn't need 8 billion search results. I don't. You don't. So is this control, or is this just simplification? Because you don't have the time, maybe, right, to search through every single one of these stories to find out what is the most relevant to what you're trying to do, whether it's a homework assignment, or like for me, if I'm talking about a story, I constantly am Google searching something, to find out, for me, like 3 to 5 sources of what is the most prevalent and honest information. Right? Because I don't want to look like a fool coming on here and saying something and then have y'all leave something in the comments saying, hey, you got this completely wrong. Because the first comment on Jimmy's page is somebody saying, on his video, is somebody saying, yeah, this is totally wrong. This is not nefarious. Because that's the thing you have to realize is, if you look through the world through his lens, everything is malevolent and nefarious and done for control. And if you live your life that way, right, because your life is what you make of it. So if you fill your life with conspiracy theories, then that's all you will see out of everything is a conspiracy. Right? So if you live a happy life and you surround yourself with happiness and positive thoughts, and just get rid of all negativity in your life as much as you can, you'll be a healthier, happier person. But if all you deal in is doom and gloom, well, then that's what you bring upon yourself. It's kind of like the busboy who picks up too many dishes from the table, and he knows he's grabbed way too many things for this one trip back to the kitchen. And so on the way back to the kitchen, if in his mind he keeps telling himself, oh my God, I'm going to drop these. Oh my God, I'm going to drop these. I'm never going to make it. As soon as he clears the door, what do you always hear? Smash, boom, bang, right? Just stuff smashed everywhere, because he told himself he was going to drop it. So he made himself drop it. So what world do you live in? Is everyone out to get you? Is everything a conspiracy? Is everything about control? You can watch the news on any given day, and all the channels, all the cable channels, CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, OAN, Newsmax, would have you thinking that we are on the cusp of a civil war. But as soon as you change the channel, everything's fine again. As soon as you walk outside your front door, everything's fine again. There aren't people beating each other up out on the street corners everywhere in every city throughout the United States or the world. That's why I don't watch the news anymore. I'm done. I stopped a few weeks ago, and my God, my mental health is so much better. You know, my blood pressure is so much better. I sleep better at night. So I go to reliable sources like the Associated Press or Reuters if I want to see what's going on in the world. So if he means control by what the news media is putting out, and whether it's The View or any of these, daytime talk shows, of course they're going to have their bias. And that's what it is. It's bias entertainment. I grew up in a world, in the 70s and 80s and 90s where we had, the fear mongers like Phil Donahue and Jerry Springer, and Sally Jesse Raphael that just had the most outrageous trash TV topic shows every day. And it was like a dumpster fire. It was that train wreck that you could not watch, right? And that's why the views were so well. And it just seems like modern media today has taken that model and said that was so successful in the daytime hours. Let's just do that 24 hours a day. Just all hyperbole. No solutions. We're going to scream about homelessness, but not figure out how to fix it, right? They won't ever dedicate a special segment to, solutions to homelessness. Like, can we look at Elon Musk's, Boxable, his $10,000 homes that he has and his company Boxable that he owns? Like I see that as being a real solution to homelessness. These $10,000 to $50,000 unfoldable homes that pop up and have everything you need. Like you'll never see them talk about these things. It's just fear and hate and anger. And I don't know what's programmed in us that makes us want to keep seeing this. I know we can't have the rainbows and butterflies channel, right? Nobody'd watch that. Hi, welcome to 24 hours of that. It's beautiful and sunny outside. And here's kittens and puppies, right? That would be fun for a little bit, good and calming, but it's not sustainable, right? So we need entertainment. We need information. We need education. But everything is not a conspiracy. If you think that the government is out to get you, that they want to control you, that they want to do things to your body for control, whether they want to chip you or whatever, don't you think that they would have done it by now? If this were even remotely a truth, don't you know that the government would have found ways, if they're that nefarious, if they're that malevolent, they would have done it by now. They would have put it in the water. They would have put it in all the diet sodas. They would have done something. They wouldn't have asked you to go get this injection, get this thing with the chip, whatever. Most of my friends that I talk to don't believe in this nonsense. They don't deal in conspiracies and hyperbole. And they live happy, healthy lives. Most successful people don't mess with this nonsense because that's what it is. It's nonsense. I mean, do you think that? Do you think that they're out to control you? You've got millions of channels on TV today, just on cable television. Your information that you have to receive is unlimited. And that's not even streaming. AM, FM radio, the internet, your computer, your phone, your tablet. You can look up anything within a second. So tell me where you're being controlled. Who's trying to control your life and what you see and what you know? I mean, the things that we can find, the gore horror movies, to literally everything. The amount of porn that's on the computers now, right? If we were being controlled, we would not have access to any of that. And it's free out there for everyone. So, Jimmy, hey, I mean, I think your shows are pretty entertaining. I like your videos, but that's just it. They're entertainment. I'm able to discern that. I'm able to separate and realize what is entertainment. But I worry about the people that watch that video and think, oh my God, they're right. It seems like right now everybody's trying to become the next Alex Jones. They all see an open seat. You know, Alex is on his way out with his court case that he's dealing with right now. He's about to be bankrupt. So that's probably going to go away. InfoWars will probably disappear. And it seems like Russell Brand and Ben Shapiro and Candace Owens and everybody else and people like Jimmy Corsetti are all vying for that spot to be the next Alex Jones, the next purveyor of the truth. What are your thoughts? Leave me a comment down below. I've been off for a couple of weeks. I've not been feeling good. You can still hear it in my voice. I've been dealing with some vocal issues, and last week was my 50th birthday. 50 times around the sun. I can't believe I made it this far. So, I mean, after 14 concussions and 3 skull fractures, I'm amazed that I'm still alive. But yet here I am, and I'm free of control. So, listen, thank you very much for watching the show today. Again, and if you're listening on podcast also as well. But leave me a comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Is there these malevolent tech companies out to get us? Or are they just trying to make life a little bit simpler for all of us? Let me know what your thoughts are. Have a great day.